everybody, this is Phantom Donut, and I am here with a concept I have just recently thought of that is really useful. And why do hopper clocks lag? That is my question. They hypothetically shouldn't lag at all, right? Like, I'm trying to decrease lag on my world, and I use hopper clocks, but they always seem to find some way to lag me. I don't get it. Okay, wow. Way too loud. I have thought of a concept that is really cool, and I decided I would show everybody it. So I can do a lot with just these items. So, to start out, you get a crafting table, and you throw a pickaxe on it. And it has to go onto the table. You can't throw it halfway off. And then the table turns into a Crafting Plus table, and there's even a manual by Crafting Plus. Thank you for creating the Crafting Plus table. To craft an item, put the required items in. The table will craft without you needing to click anything. Remember, the Crafting Plus table isn't movable, because every random piece of technology needs an introduction. Okay, so this is a custom crafting table. So let me grab the first recipe out. And it's like this, and like this. Haha! So you saw I put it in, and then it closed me out of it and made the cool little smoke particles. And when I open it back up, it's a bruise crafting pack. And when I put this onto there, my table now has a special thing on it. It is really cool. Now for the next thing, I'm going to grab another table out, just so I can show you the difference. So this is another thing, because these are all custom crafting recipes, which I've made with my custom table. But look, I get another manual. You get a manual every time you craft one. If I try and craft this recipe in this table, it won't work. It's a fully functioning Crafting Plus table, it just won't work. Because this makes a brew, and you need to have the brews add-on crafting pack. And sorry for the lag spike. I have a lot of hopper clocks running, and this is what you get. 3 bottles of wither venom and a necrotic bone. That's a reference to the mod Tinker's Construct. And this wither venom, let me grab out the second one. Wither venom is just a drinkable poison. Ooh, I'm lagging really hard. Let me go fix that. Okay, I'm back. I turned off 8 hopper clocks, I think it was. And I'll showcase this again because it lagged last time. I put that in. It does that. And I get a necrotic bone and some wither venom. And drinking this will kill you if you do not clear the effect, because the wither lasts so long, it will kill you. Because it's 25 seconds of wither 3. Very deadly. And currently it doesn't have anything you can do with it exactly, besides drink it, but I'm gonna make it so you could like brew splash potions of it. And it's really hard to get. That requires a wither skeleton skull, which those are not easy to acquire. And the second thing I have, and you can add a lot more things, this is just one thing. I craft this, and a potion weapon crafting pack. I throw that on, and I get that on the side of my table. So now my table can do brewing and potion weapons. And what this does is I put 2 potions of regeneration, a stone sword, and 2 necrotic bones, and I get my necrotic saber. And that will not work unless you have the potion weapon and the bruise attachment on there. So let me demonstrate this thing. Okay, so I am back. I have my zombie spawn eggs and my creeper spawn eggs. And look, I spawned the zombies. They all want me. Oh my. Don't be food. Wow. What are the legitimate odds? Somehow I can outrun them walking backwards. You can't catch me sideways walking fools. Honestly, like, they don't even walk normal. Ow, what's wrong with you? See, I hit them, and you notice a heart, like, stuff regenerates. If I keep hitting them, you'll notice my heart just keep going up. Ow. But, yeah, do you recognize this? Anyone recognize this? Yeah, that did not go well. Because I'm trying to think of a way I want to instantly do the regen to you. But giving them instant health too is a bit overpowered. Because that would make it be essentially this. Let me go find where those zombies slayed me. Oh, over here. Okay. I will go back into survival. Spawn the zombies. And I have to hug some zombies. Hugging zombies, hugging zombies, hugging zombies. Now, I hit them. It restores a lot of health. And, you know, sometimes it doesn't work. Because this would be a bit overpowered if it always worked. I think there's a small chance it doesn't work. And that's just because some of my commands are a bit wacko. Ow, get wrecked. See, if I hug this creeper. Yeah. Perfect. I hit it. Hit it. One. Yeah, it's really overpowered, but when you actually think about it, it's not that overpowered of a weapon. It's a blade that steals life, but it's an iron sword, and it has a delay on its lifesteal, and yeah, it requires 2 wither skulls to make. Like, who has that? Okay, and there's one last thing with the crafting tables. So, not sure why that was up there. But if I mine it, even though I remember the book says, remember the crafting plus table isn't movable, if you try and mine it, and sometimes you hit the armor stand, it will turn into 2 sticks, an oak plank, and an iron ingot. And it will, that's all you get from it. And it will automatically get rid of the, if you have any, like, the armor stand there that makes the button thing on the top, which I'll explain in a second, and the armor stuff on the side that you get by putting down these. Okay, so now for an explanation on this. So this mainly is ran off of this. But I have a lot more recipes I am working on. Pretty much the only things I actually have are these 4. The ones I showed are the ones I have working fully. Then there are some other ones that are working mostly. Okay, so let me try and go over the system. I have a hopper clock with a cake that powers the main part of the system, because I don't really like using the fill clocks because they've lagged and crashed my world because I use so many of them. But this is, it'll execute at an item, and if it goes at an item and finds a crafting table below it, it'll then have the item set the score of iron pick to 1 if it's an iron pickaxe. So that's how I have it. So when you get this display side. pickaxe. See, if I just throw down iron pickaxe, it will not get a score of iron pick of 1. It has to be on a crafting table. And you can't put it on the side. It has to be on the crafting table. And it got a score of 1, and that triggered more stuff. Then it'll execute at anything with a score of iron pick, and it'll detect that it still has a crafting table under it, and it will clone 1 block, which is the crafting plus table with the manual inside, to right under where the pickaxe was. Then, with the iron pick still, it'll summon an item frame 5 blocks up with the name of placeholder. And I think it summons and kills too quickly for you to see it. But let me throw this iron pickaxe. And of course I miss. Why would I be able to hit it? You saw it very briefly. I'll slow that down so you can see it better. But it will summon a placeholder, and then executing at that placeholder item frame, it summons the armor stand right here. I'm trying to look at it. You can see it's a miniature armor stand wearing an iron helmet. Ooh, I'm inside an armor stand. Did not know you could do that. It will summon a small armor stand with a helmet, so only the top part of the helmet's visible, because it makes the table look a bit more fancy. And originally that was going to be like a button you press to craft, but I decided I'd just have the table do the crafting like itself, and then it kills anything with a score of iron pick of 1. That is the basic making of the table. So it's 5 blocks plus this and the clock to make the table. And I guess it also kills placeholders. So like 6 command blocks, 1 dropper, and a clock. Then it'll execute at an armor stand called crafting table, because the one I summoned is called crafting table. And if it detects a dropper in the block it's in, it'll set its score of no table to 0. And this will always be setting the no table to 1. This, wait, yeah, that sets no table to 1. This will execute at something with a no table of 1 with a name of crafting table to kill at E. And I did this command wrong. I just haven't fixed it yet, because this doesn't work, and I know why it doesn't work. But because this will kill all the items, because I had an improper thing in there that I need to fix. I'll have it fixed shortly. And that'll kill the dropper item, so you don't get a free dropper out of this. And then it'll summon the iron ingot. It'll summon the iron ingot, the sticks, the planks, whatever you want your table to drop when it's broken. And then it'll kill the armor stand with a score of no table. So yeah, that is... creepy ominous music. If I get rid of this, so I just have that, I can successfully make a table, do that, and destroy the table and get the stuff. But that's what these other command blocks are for. This is my whole crafting thing. It'll execute at the crafting table to testfor blocks command, to test for the block it's inside of as the block right here. And if it finds that, it'll execute, and you have to be within 5 blocks of it to execute, so that was my trying to prevent duplication and cheating. It'll then clone the output block in into where the armor stand was. Because how it works is this nice armor stand right here, he's like the heart of our crafting table because he's in the center of it. If that armor stand detects this has all the required items and is the exact same table as the one right here, like I will do this. Once I put this cobblestone in, this will be the exact same table. It'll have the exact same tags as the table that is here. And once that happens, it will clone the output table into the exact same spot, and it'll do a particle spell effect to give it some fanciness. Same with this one. For this is for the potion brewing. I have the wither venom, and it tests for this, clones this here. And it's pretty cool. And then that is how the custom crafting works. And you can add more recipes by just changing the coordinates you want. I could make it so it's really easy to add recipes. You put the input in one and the output in another. I guess I'll show you. This is stone sword becomes a supercharged piston sword. I was sort of thinking of Tinker's construct. Actually, I'll probably change the name, but it's just a fun knockback sword, and you can upgrade it. 3, 4, 5. And then the part that probably was most complicated for me was getting the whole add-on thing. When you add a pack, it will go right here and give you that little thing. How that works is it'll set the item of the dye thing. If it senses the dye thing, it will set its score of potion pack to 1. And it'll execute at anything with a score of potion pack to set an armor stand called CraftingTable with a radius of 2 to like potion weapon crafting or whatever you want it to be to 2. There's a reason it doesn't go to 1, because it will execute at that potion weapon crafting armor stand to summon the other armor stand that has the thing in its hand, the piece of dye that represents the ability to craft. And once it does that, I have this testing for a successful output of it, and it'll set its potion crafting to 1 if its potion crafting is 2, and it'll kill anything with a score of potion pack of 1. And over here, I have the same thing with no table. If it has no table, it will do all of this, and the final block over here kills anything that has no table. So these 3, which I think could be 2. There was a way to condense it, I just didn't do. And this will condense it down, and this will make it disappear when you mine the table. Mine. It has a bit of lag. Well, actually, I shouldn't say lag. The whole thing was I'm preventing lag. I'm attempting to by powering this entire invention off of cake in a hopper. No fancy fill clocks or any of that stuff I like. And it's the exact same system over here. Literally, I just changed the names from potion pack to brew pack and brew crafting. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed my video on custom crafting. This is a really useful concept for like adventure maps, or what I plan on doing with it will be something very, very cool that I'll have a video on very, very soon, maybe a few days. And yeah, I hope you've enjoyed. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and see you later.